Not near mint, says he likes my style. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Since the beginning of all comic books, creators have been mistreated. As for better pay, only to be told,
No!
Then, something happened that brought all media together. The internet brings comic fans around the world into one comic community. We support the just pay and recognition of these comic creators, comic fam. Because comics are for everyone. It's 10 p.m. Eastern, live from the United States to Australia. This is the Not Near Mint Show. A weekly YouTube show about comic books. Welcome to Not Near Mint, everybody. It is episode 118. It is November the 17th, 2021. We're going to get right on into it. We have the publisher of A Wave Blue World. His name is Tyler Chin-Tanner. He's right here. We also have, welcome to the show for the very first time, the writer and artist of Bloody Hell, Mr. Clay McCormack. How are you doing, gentlemen?
Hey, guys. Nice to be here. Nice to meet you all. Everybody.
So the name of the book that just came out today is Bloody Hell. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about it?
Well, it's about 5 mystically powered Vikings who've been in prison for 1,000 years, who are set free when their prison's destroyed by an artillery shell from World War I. And if it sounds like that's practiced, I've been saying it at conventions for about 6 years at this point. So it's nice to finally see the book on the shelf.
So we have some of the images, and I'm going to share a screen right now to show the cover.
I was saying before the show here, this is the cover. This is the cover of the week. Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Check this beauty out, everybody. Look at that gorgeous freaking cover.
So yeah, awesome. That was actually the very first drawing I did of the concept. I kind of when the idea started coming together, I did that sort of like as a proof of concept to see if the 2 sets of imagery would work, and it's the cover of my book, so I guess I can say it worked.
Yeah, and it's what I received as the pitch, so that was my first introduction maybe too. So I was like,
it's been my convention banner. I point behind me like it's there, but it's just a door behind me. It's been my convention banner for the past 4 or 5 years now. It's an image that's treated me pretty well so far.
A beautiful image. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks, man.
And just showing some of the art from the book here. I mean, the color scale that's been used on this. Are you doing the color work on this as well, or the penciling, the inking, or are you like the proverbial Frank Miller from back in the 80s?
I do all the pencils and inks. The colors are by a great colorist. His name's Russ Badgett. I had kind of a fairly specific idea for what I wanted the colors to look like, and it took a little while to find someone who clicked with me. And Russ was great pretty much from day one. I was throwing some color references at him that were kind of obscure movies and stuff, and he was right there with me the whole way. And he's like, "Oh, like that Lars von Trier movie," and I'm like, "Yep, bingo, got it." And so we clicked pretty well, I think, right away.
So how did you go about finding the people that wound up working on the book with you? The letterer, the colorist, the works. How did this come together?
Well, Russ, I've known Russ for a few years. He's actually the boyfriend of a friend of mine. I did the Sean Murphy's apprenticeship a handful of years ago, and I met Corinne Howell, who's another fantastic artist. And I met Russ through her. And then when Russ started working on doing color work, I saw that he was very good at it, and so I scooped him up as quickly as possible, and I plan to use him as often as possible. And the letters were Pete Carlson from A Wave Blue World. That was done by A Wave Blue World in-house, and they did a great job.
And now that the book has been released today, you've been seeing some of the reports on Twitter. How has it been receiving the book to the community?
It's been really satisfying. I ran a Kickstarter for this 2 years ago now, and it's been a long road getting from there to here, as they would say on Star Trek. But seeing it in person in glorious hardcover. It's just been well worth the time, I think. And I've been spending the last week or so all day today. I've been packing books and sending them out to Kickstarter backers and stuff, who I can't thank enough for making this happen. And Tyler, obviously, taking a chance on this, putting a beautiful package together. Like the book, it looks better than I ever could have imagined. The actual physical hard copy. It's really, really great.
Well, I think we're just trying to live up to the interior. So.
Stop.
Now, serious question, Clay. This weekend, are you planning on going to the local comic shop, picking up a copy of your book and going, hey, have you seen this? What do you think of this book right here? Must be a really great artist. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this before.
I don't know if I'm going to go to a local store and do that because they all know me there, and they would probably call me out pretty quick. But I can't speak for either my mother or my girlfriend doing that at some point. Definitely.
I'll be honest with you.
Wandering the store going, oh Christ, yeah, that's Clay.
No, to be honest, I get really, I get kind of bashful with that stuff. I don't like it when people point out that stuff. Again, my girlfriend does it all the time, and she knows that it makes my face go red. So she enjoys torturing me with it.
The expression that you make when you turn red.
We got
What's
a great
that?
question. What'd you say, Kirk?
No, I was just saying she likes when you turn red. That's all.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So we got a great question from the chat here, and I think it's a really important one. It might be a little controversial. But how has the Viking community received the book at this point? Have you gotten positive responses, and have they included axes and pointy hats?
I'm curious about this as well.
Well, I haven't received any paperwork from them yet about how they've reviewed it as a collective, but when I was at conventions, when I was pitching this idea before it was actually a book, I would always, you see the tattoos, you see the shirts, and you're kind of like, hey, check out this thing, and they kind of work their way over. And most of the time when I would give them the pitch, they would be like, sign me up. What do I have to sign? Do you have an email list? Put it on there. So I'm curious so at least in that front, the response has been positive. I don't know how many of them have actually read the book yet. Hopefully it goes over well, but I don't know. It might not. It depends. I take a few liberties, I would say, with the way that the Norse gods are traditionally presented. So hopefully I don't ruffle too many feathers.
Well, I figure for them to deliver any hate mail, they gotta put it in one of those longboats and just like paddle their ass from across the Atlantic.
I haven't seen
to be
any
fair.
ravens. I haven't seen any ravens circling my house, so hopefully nothing yet.
Should be good.
Well, I'm just reminded of way back in the 1970s. I wasn't quite alive then, but Godfather was written by Mario Puzo. They put out the movie, Francis Ford Coppola, and the Mafia overall loved it. But I'm pretty sure the Vikings are dead, so it's really, what are they going to do?
Yeah, as far as actual Vikings from 1,000 years ago, I think I'm in the clear. Yeah.
This anti-Viking rhetoric shall not stand, man. This aggression shall not stand.
Judging by the fact that we had a bunch of old war soldiers get butchered to hell by some Vikings, I think maybe I should temper my words on Vikings then.
Be cautious. Be cautious.
Well, the thing that's been interesting is both of these how do I don't want to call them genres, but the subject matter of the book, the Vikings and World War I specifically, have very passionate but kind of niche communities. And I'm not totally sure how to present it, because I wouldn't say it's not necessarily a history book. It's more of a fantasy, I'd say, a fantasy kind of action. So I hope I did. Trust me, I did my research on both ends. I read about 4 or 5 different World War I books and a couple Viking books, and so I kind of had that all going on in there. But I don't know if I would go to this book specifically for historical accuracy so much. But hopefully,
saying that
hopefully it's true enough. Like the story rings true enough that nobody comes after me.
So you're saying that Vikings were not released at any point during the First World War? Because I don't think there's any evidence to support that statement.
Well, no. Well, I can't say that for sure, because it might have happened. I don't know if anybody lived through it. A lot of people died very frequently in that war.
That is true.
But it's funny. I actually, shortly after kind of working up the idea to this, I came across a World War I story about, and it kills me that I can't remember what it was called, but it was reported in a newspaper, but I believe afterwards it was determined it was actually written by a fiction author who was just kind of writing a story that played as fact, about a battle where I believe the English army was saved by a group of magical bowmen who showed up and started shooting magic arrows at the Germans to repel them as they retreated and saved a bunch of lives. So I saw that and I was kind of like, oh, okay. So this kind of blending of myth and this specific war is not uncommon. So it does kind of have a little bit of that baked into it, I would say.
So, I mean, the story itself sounds fantastic. I love that first image. And Tyler, you said, or Clay, I think you said that's the image that you took up to Tyler. That was the first one he saw. Mm-hmm. You know, Away Blue World has done so many cool books. You guys have done Dead Legends, which is like cool Mortal Kombat. You know, Orphan King, Mazo, you know, Bloody Hell. You guys don't. I don't see a lot of Batman and Superman type books coming out of you guys. Did Bloody Hell seem like a perfect fit for you right off the bat?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it just looked good. I guess that's what I mostly go for. It's not a specific genre. I don't necessarily stay away from one thing or the other. You know, I look for something that just stands on its own. You know, it's not just trying to fill the same sort of thing that you've seen before. I mean, if it looks different, it looks like something that has never come out before, which I think this book does. You know, then that's what I'm interested in, and especially if it's coming from an author that has a unique vision. Like you know, Clay just obviously had this concept that he wanted to do, and you could tell he was going to do it regardless. Like, you know, I wasn't the one giving it the green light, so you know, I was just like, yeah, count me in for the ride, you know, and we kind of went from there. And it was pretty simple, you know. I mean, I think I just saw the cover and maybe 5 or 6 pages, and they were actually colored differently.
Yeah, a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, a little more red until, you know, then he went just with the blue and the green palette. But yeah, it just got better along the way, and so you're just seeing this thing come together, which is really just, you know, Clay and then Russ coming in too, and just me being like, yeah, that looks great. You know, yeah, I mean, yeah, when books like that come to me, I mean, I know it's funny. I don't have this big master plan. I just, you know, you meet people at conventions, people send you stuff, we make some in-house stuff, and it all seems to come together pretty nicely. So I've been lucky, and you know, I think I've thanked Clay many times for trusting us with this project. It was a lot of fun. Really satisfied with the way it came out. I mean, that's one thing we really try to do. You know, the creators are bringing us great material. We want to make sure it looks good on the shelf. You know, cover, production, all that stuff. It's not the most important thing, but it's really the first impression. So we try to make sure that stuff looks good.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Rob, do me a favor. Bring up a couple of those pages again. Because we were talking about the colorist earlier, and the art's great. It's a great story, but this coloring just absolutely blows me away. And honestly, if you did this with, I don't want to say the term. I don't want to use this. This is probably the wrong way to say this, but a traditional color palette, something that was, it didn't rely on those, the same color scheme for the page. Sure. You know what I'm saying. You're probably able to articulate better than me, but this really makes the art really pop from the page.
Thank you. Yeah, Russ really. I mean, again, I can't speak highly of him enough. The thing I told him basically was I wanted blood and mud, and I specifically wanted to save green for the more mystical stuff, and I didn't want blue, like a straight blue at all. Well, it shows up eventually, but when it shows up, there's a purpose to it. So because I wanted to kind of create something that didn't look like a war comic, because I had talked to a few other colorists before I landed on Russ, and the way that they were doing these samples that I was trying to work up were just very kind of traditional. Oh, it's war, so kind of olive drab and some grays and stuff, and it wasn't. I don't blame them, because me throwing specific color suggestions at these guys who are just doing some cheap pitch pages for a guy they never met before probably aren't looking for a bunch of notes, so, but it just wasn't what I was looking for, because it just looked like any other war comic or any other kind of medieval comic kind of thing. Yeah. And so when I started working with Russ, he was open for pretty much literally anything. And one of the things that he actually did that I didn't ask him to do specifically, I don't know if he did this on purpose, but later in the book, we have this sequence where the colors kind of shift fairly dramatically because there's two scenes kind of cutting back and forth. And it reminded me of the way that they used to do film tinting in the silent films in the 20s. And given the period of time where this book takes place, I just kind of found that I thought that was kind of appropriate for this book and the subject matter, to kind of give it that sort of silent film feel. Whether or not he was doing that on purpose, we never talked about it, but that was what I took away, and I was like, okay, I like this. I'm not going to tell him to do anything different.
Yeah. And this page right here, this one and actually the previous one, two of the most stand out. I mean, they just grab you.
Thanks. This was my money page. When I was laying out this last chapter, I was like, all right, this is the one that's going to be the fireworks page,
Yeah, it really works. It really pops.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
It's fantastic, and I'm really glad you wrote something with so much bloody violence in it, because it really helps us segue into the next question, which might be the most serious question of the evening. And I gave you a little bit of warning in advance, so hopefully you got a good answer for us. But something I just have to ask you: if you, as a comic creator, could fight any comic creator throughout history, and you have to pick one, you can't say, "Oh, I love them all." No, you have to fight one. Who would it be, and why?
Who would I? Herb Trimpe.
Wow, that's an awfully wow. Okay, I've never thought of that one. Why?
Because that was the most obscure name I could think of the quickest.
I got some friends watching this show who are going to give me so much heck because you just said Herb Trimpe was obscure.
It's funny. I have a good friend of mine who we would work together in his sort of studio space from time to time, and those kind of questions would come up, but they were a little bit more intense, where it would be, who would you kill? They were very interesting answers from all around, but I won't go into any of that stuff.
Probably a good idea, and we can't let you get away with your, what is 75th appearance here, Tyler, without giving us your answer. So, alive or dead, who would you fight?
I'm just going to say Alex Toth, because I just want to say I fought Alex Toth.
That's a good answer, man. That's a good answer.
From everything I've heard, Tyler, I think you'd probably lose.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I might feel better about that. I don't want to beating the guy up. I don't want to be like, Will Eisner kicked his ass.
Right. Well, pretty much all those guys who were in World War II could probably kick all of our asses. Let's just be honest here. They didn't call them the greatest generation for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's this? What's next after this? I think you could too, Eva.
Oh, for Clay or for us?
Well, let's start with Clay. What's next for you after this, Clay?
I am up to my eyeballs in packaging tape and boxes right now, trying to get these Kickstarter books out the door. Tyler is. Can we talk about what's coming next, or is that a no, Tyler?
You know what? We haven't. You're not going to share this online, right?
Yeah, we'll share.
Well,
we won't put this on the internet.
No, it's fine.
Nobody's watching this, are they?
We'll
not our show.
Audience, but we won't announce it online yet.
Okay, everybody, if you're watching at home, just promise that you're not going to tell anybody.
It's not going to shake the internet.
We should be good.
Well, yeah, I've got something else coming up with Tyler that's going to be coming out early next year, and I've got a couple other projects. Honestly, I've got nothing that's pinned down at the moment. It's a lot of early stages stuff. A couple different pitches that I'm working on with writers who I've worked with in the past. I did a book called Poser a couple of years ago with Matt Miner, and I'm working with him again. And I did a book called Redline for Oni Press a few years ago, and I'm working with the writer Neil Holman on that again, trying to work some stuff up. And I've got some ideas on where to take Bloody Hell if I want to do a sequel.
Please do a sequel.
I think they need some refining. I can tell you the title of the sequel, which is Bloody Heil. And I'll tell you how I came across that title. I don't know if I guess it's a funny enough story that I think it would be worth telling. I wasn't planning on doing a sequel. And I was typing to a friend of mine about the book, and I wrote Bloody Hell, and it actually auto-corrected hell to Heil. And I just went, oh, that title's too good not to use. And so now I think of a story that is good enough for that title. In the back of the book, I actually did a teaser for it. So I've committed to the idea, so I got to do it eventually.
Yeah, that was one of my questions. Answer it, so thank you.
I'll be honest with you. Telling us that hell autocorrected to Heil gives us all kinds of ideas, man. What are you typing on the internet, brother?
Not me. It's my computer.
Yeah, right. You got a racist computer.
Well, it's because it's the one L. It's the one L.
It's just the one L.
I don't have the second L in there. It autocorrects to a whole bunch. Usually it's her. It usually autocorrects to her. But this time the story gods struck me with a bolt of lightning and gave me the I in there instead.
Well, that's a good job. That was a good job of theirs. So, Mr. Worst, what have you got left? And you're muted.
I was saying this at the beginning of the day. I'm saying this at the end of the day. I'm always muted, and it's always at the worst time. Otherwise, so Clay, is there any appearances you're going to be making towards the end of the year? Any conventions coming up?
No, I'm done with conventions this year. I'm hoping to next year kind of get back into the swing of things and take Bloody Hell on the road, because I'm really excited to get as many people to see this as possible, because I'm really proud of it. And then I just, once the doors open up fully again to the convention scene, hopefully I can start shouting it at people from across a convention center.
And people right now are able to buy this at Amazon.com. They're able to buy this at the website for awbw.com. It's $24.95, and it's available today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sure is.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon is on book market, so that might be a little bit late. So just buy it from awbw.com, because we've got.
Forget Amazon. Cut out the middleman. Go straight to the source.
Right away. I'll
anywhere,
put it in myself
you can leave a review, buy it from there and leave us a review, because that would be great.
Actually, yeah, that's the one good reason to buy from Amazon, because you leave a review there.
Yeah, I mean the bad reason is because we're funding a guy who's trying to fly into space. But the good reason is we can give reviews and more people will hopefully find the book.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful book. So hopefully we can help some people get their hands on it.
Absolutely. Otherwise, gentlemen, where can people find you on the internet and anything coming up that you want people to know about?
You can find me on Twitter at deadmeatcomic. Which is the handle that I created back when I did my first original graphic novel. I should probably change it to my name. It's probably easier to find, but it's at Dead Meat Comic right now. And on Instagram, you can find me at cmccormack414.
C. McCormack 414.
You got to sharpen up those handles a little, Clay.
Yeah, you know,
critique.
It's been a long. It's gotten me this far. I got to think of something snappier. Well, the Dead Meat one worked at the time, but now it's a little bit old. So I should probably update it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like Donnie Cates's handle being Paybacks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Or if you're podcast people, I do a number of podcasts. I do a Star Trek podcast called The Penske File, and horror podcast called The Rotten Horror Picture Show, and a Batman podcast with DC Comics artist Sean Murphy called the Badass Podcast, which is the Batman the Animated Series show podcast where we talk about Batman the Animated Series.
I keep telling people the greatest Batman movie ever made was not live action.
Phantasm.
Absolutely.
Mystery of the Batwoman. Right.
Ah, I see what you did there.
And Tyler, anything that you want to promote coming up? I know that this is the last book to be released towards the end of this year.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to promote?
Sure. Well, Bloody Hell is our last book of 2021. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of a break. The end of this year. Not that we aren't preparing fully all the books for next year. It will be a fun year. We're mixing up the genres next year. We've got horror, sci-fi, fantasy, and romance. So, a little everything next year.
Give me the sci-fi.
Making our convention return at Heroes Con in June.
Nice.
When they go.
So definitely waited a little bit there, but I'm open by June. Everybody will feel comfortable. We'll be back there, and we're just gonna keep putting out the good books. Not too many at a time. We like our nice pace that we seem to find, and just want everything to be top notch. And
thank you.
From top to bottom, creative to production, and I just hope people keep enjoying what they see coming out from us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on the show. Tyler, again, you're always welcome. Clay, you're welcome back to the show anytime when you have a new book to promote, or whether or not you just want to say, hey, guys, we did really well on this, and we just wanted to come around for a victory lap.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. It's great to meet you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we're going to show some comic books. You're more than welcome to hang around, but if you have to go and do some work, which is typical for being an artist and publisher, more than welcome to stay.
I definitely want to get my sleep, but
I'm going to bounce. Yeah, I think I'm going to bounce. I have boxes to pack before I pass out tonight. So
we understand
the life of a Kickstarter man. Yeah.
Thank you,
good luck,
guys.
fellas.
Really
Thank you very much for joining us.
I just want to share my pick.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, and then I'll go to bed. So this is what I picked up today, besides Bloody Hell. These two great books today. But we talked about this one. So anyone else looking for a recommendation? Home, Volume 1 is out. Really recommend it. Immigrants, superpowers, really interesting concept. So,
so good.
That's my call.
Thank you very much, Tyler.
Thank you so much, Tyler.
We're talking about comics. Thanks so much for having us on. We'll see you next time.
Take care, buddy.
And here we go. We're going to start doing some comic book therapy, and we're just going to show the graphic. So it's just a graphic that we've had laying around. Nothing special.
See that graphic.
So, what exactly is the problem? Tell Dr. Whack. It's the Not New Mint crew. Miracle Man, Rob Worst, Lady Fantastic, Comics on the Mind, Ace. I see them in my dreams. It is okay. The Not Near Mint crew cannot hurt you. Well, what if I want them to hurt me?
Listen, we have an ecosphere of just some fantastic YouTubers and podcasters. You know, I've said it all the time. Eva, Robo, the IFLC gang, just great people. I'll tell you right now, our man over there, Whack Comics, that's the dude that's going to be the 50,000 sub guy first. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Hands down guaranteed. Hands down guaranteed.
For real, you ain't lying, bro.
No, there's Daddy's Toy Chest, and they have a new segment called Takeable Penis.
Where you have a special song.
Yes.
Takeable penis.
I love how you hold the microphone / penis as you sing "Takeable Penis."
It's a microphone, damn it.
I also love how you showed that you were biting down on it. That's what you want to see.
Wasn't that how you do it?
I think it is. I'll check I got some literature.
Like a corn cob, right?
Right. Just nibbling right down the side. For fuck's sakes.
Corn cob, right?
Robo. Apparently Robo is
Black
hilarious.
Comics has Takeable Penis, and they're going to have another section now called Tapeable Penis.
Right.
You just you don't get it yet. Like,
So is that going to be when we appear on Whack Comics next Friday for Black Friday?
I think it's supposed to. Hey, and there's Tyler from Whack Comics as well. Shattered Glass Comic Reviews.
There will be a cornucopia of takeable penises.
Listen, I'm just going to say we started talking about takeable penises. We went from 20 viewers down to 11. So I don't know who the hell those other 9 people were. This is our normal shit. I don't get it.
Apparently they cannot.
So here's our regular show. This is why it's therapy, because we go off the rails here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They're like, well, the cool Batman people are off. Bye.
Right?
We're not talking.
I don't know what the fuck DC is. Takeable penis.
Right, now that we got rid of all the people and got a bunch of thumbs down, hopefully, if you got that, who wants to show some books? Miracle Man, Kirk, Lady Fantastic.
I got one book to show, so show
one book.
Let's knock our man Comics on the Mind out then.
Comics on the Mind, it's your turn.
Now, I'd like you to think of something specific of your organization, and that you will not object to having disclosed.
Yes, I have something. Do I have to close my eyes?
It doesn't matter.
All right, yes, I have something.
These are comic books, and they're soaked. Soaked. Look, man, this is all soaking wet. That makes them worth nothing. Shitola.
They dry by cells.
You don't. I'm with you. I collect comic books. You don't dry them out. They're done.
You're gonna get Spider-Man, Napoleon, Scotland. I didn't see that.
Oh shit!
Just noticed that, huh?
That was perfect.
Well played. Well played, Comics on the Mind.
Touche. So I got one book. I'm trying to get back into collecting the good old Silver Age, and one series that I'm working on is Tales of Astonish. And I finally got a book that I've been wanting thanks to the Shang-Chi movie. It's been blown up, but I got it for a good.
Oh
no! First cover.
Well, it's his first cover, yeah. Second appearance. First
Abomination.
Cover. I always wanted this cover.
You have both the first appearance and first cover now. Way to go.
That's all I got.
The abominable abomination.
Yes, the abominable abomination. Sorry, Miles.
Would you call that a banger?
That's a banger.
That's
Don't look,
definitely-
Ace. Don't look, Ace.
Sorry, Ace. Don't look. Just put the hand up, and this isn't happening. It's not real.
Dive into the
Warning! 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 Banger alert! Banger alert! Oh, look at the little kitty, and he's playing with the tiny little chick. Wait, you're here for comic books, you dumb asshole! It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the basket.
Honestly, I feel so bad for those two ladies. Because imagine being almost naked and thrown around a boat like that.
They want to be shot.
Oh, Jesus.
What was that? I am so confused.
God damn.
What?
Let's go.
You need to stay moisturized.
We have the weirdest show sometimes, and I love it.
I'm just trying to keep my hands moisturized. What are y'all doing? What are y'all talking about?
Right.
My hands are right here.
My brain's
Right. I'm not even wearing
It's
pants.
winter and cold.
I wouldn't know. I'm in Miami.
Yeah.
I think it's like 68 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah. In
starting
Miami,
to get a little cold in Cali.
for everybody in the north, when it's cold in Miami, it's 72. So
When
everybody-
it drops
everybody
below
tell Rob to go
70
fuck
degrees,
himself.
you can always tell the people that don't live here in Florida because the second it drops below 70, they break out their parkas going, it's freezing outside.
Always stop.
I kid you not. You'll be going, oh my God, I'm visiting from New York. Why is it like, 70 degrees and everyone's wearing heavy jackets?
Yeah. The other day, I
What'd you
was
get?
talking to Ree, and I tell her, I'm like, yeah, it's 1.11 centigrade, and she said that's not real. I got comics. You want me to show my comics?
I want to see some comics.
All right.
Show them
Should I do? Listen, I had a banger weekend because we had a con in town, and I went to a new shop. So we want to see new books and then old books, or do we want to see old
Yes,
books and then new
just
books?
show
We
them.
want to
I
see
need
all the books.
Amazing.
So the fun of Miracle Man, what Alan Moore did that was so brilliant, Michael Moran has grown up and he's in his 40s, he's overweight, he's sad. There's something that he can't remember.
All the
Hey.
things. All the
we-
things. I tried to beat you. I don't know if you caught it, but I put that book up and said it. Before you clicked
Almost.
it. I
Yeah.
tried so hard.
Almost.
But just know you're a super dad, though.
I just want to let everybody
Oh.
know. Aw, so everybody know I miss my Aussies. I miss Ree and I miss Whack, and I wish they were here. So Amazing Fantasy number 4. That was the other week. I just picked it up this week. Here we got Justice League Last Ride number 7. Nubia and the Amazons number 2.
I wasn't able to get 2 and 3 of the Amazing Fantasy.
Oh no! I'll see if my shop has them.
I have doubles. I'll
Oh,
throw them
nice.
in your pile.
Are they A cover?
I can give you my A covers.
I mean, it's just that
I don't need the A
I
covers
can
of
order.
everything.
I can order if you need it, or you could be nice and give me your A covers because I'm giving you my Strange Academy.
You're getting the A covers.
Here we got Undiscovered Country number 17. Listen, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This book needs to end.
Yes.
It's dragging.
It needs
If it doesn't end by 20, it's over for me.
I'll give it to 24. I'll give it 7 more issues, but after that, I'm out. I'm not continuing anymore. Action Comics 1036. Listen, the only thing I care about is Superman and the Authority. Dope. This one's from last week. It had that dope ass cover that our friend Mr. Worst got his hands on. I missed out on it. Blue and Gold number 4. Anybody recognize who this feller is right here?
4? That came out today?
Yep.
Ah, damn it. I need to find it.
Anybody know who that is?
No.
Nope. Blackheart or Black?
Blackguard.
Blackguard.
Played by that
Davidson.
guy. Yeah, there you go, Pete Davidson. He was also the villain in the very first issue of Booster Gold. Nice House on the Lake, number 6. This book keeps getting better every issue, guys. This one's a little weird. The Never Never, number 1. Second printing from Heavy Metal.
Cool.
You know,
I
we
got
had
that just because of the good girl art.
It's gorgeous. This book is about a Never land where Peter and the Lost Boys are cannibals.
No way.
Yeah. I recommend it, guys. It was a friggin' great read. This is a second print. The whole series is already out. Full series. So I'm gonna have to go back and try and track these down. Suicide Squad number 9. This is probably the weakest issue in the whole run yet.
I kind of ended it at 8.
Yeah, this was the weakest issue yet, which is disappointing because it's been great for me. Icon and Rocket number 4. Listen, you put Ambush Bug is in this book. You put Ambush Bug in a book, there is 100% chance I'm gonna buy it. So I'm going to keep going.
Why
with
do
it.
you like
But,
Ambush Bug so much?
he was Deadpool before Deadpool.
Got you.
Yeah.
He was breaking fourth walls in 1988. Icon and Rocket.
Look out! Like Howard the Duck was doing it before then.
True. Icon and Rocket number 4. Milestone Books still plugging along. Static number 4. This one came out last week. Unfortunately, I had the super special album edition on order. I don't know anybody's fucking getting these, guys. So if you can get your hands on a first print of this book, get it. What's the furthest place from here? Mr. Mind, do you know who made this cover?
Who made it?
Scotty Young.
What?
Wow.
When did this shit come out?
I think Kirk's going to be looking for that.
Last week, my friend.
I will be too.
Last week, my friend, came out last week. And listen, first of all, I'm going to tell you what. These guys have gone through some shit to get us this book out. Okay? Boss and Rosenberg.
Is that the one with the record?
So they had an edition that included a record. The first 3 issues, you can order a special album edition. All kinds of shit has happened. They first started talking about this book in February of 2020. What happened in March? Then they went to print it recently, paper shortage. Then they tried to get the album done. They placed their order for the album way in advance. They double checked it after they found out about the paper shortage, and they made sure it was good. And then they came out. They said a small section of retailers are going to get allocated because we don't have quite enough copies. Apparently, pre-orders for the book shot through the roof, so they have nowhere near enough of them. This has been a saga. It's been a saga.
I'm getting it.
They're making a second print of the first issue with the album. That's not scheduled to come out till February or March. It's been a nightmare for these guys. Go out and buy this book. It's a great book. It's a really interesting premise. It's post-apocalyptic. It's a bunch of teenagers in a record store. You pick an album, and that represents you. So when you die, your album gets placed in the furnace and burned up, and that's their funeral for you. It's a dope ass book, guys.
It's almost like a Viking funeral.
Kinda. This is Batman Urban Legends number 9, the Francavilla cover.
I need to get that just for that cover alone.
I'm not even going to read the book. I don't care. I don't even care. Give me a Francavilla cover and I'm buying it. I don't care what it is. I don't care. You could have Francavilla do My Little Pony and I'm buying the shit out of him. Also out last week, Superman versus Lobo.
Is that good?
Dude.
It's fun.
It's great. End of the first issue, somebody did something that I'm shocked took this long. Both of these fellas are the sole, well, obviously it just didn't work out for Superman, but they're the sole surviving sons of their planets.
Did you read the end of the, which one was it? The Last Ride from Justice League?
I have not read it yet. I have it in here. I think I showed it. I have not read it yet.
Wonder Woman does something so cool with Lobo, but I can't say anything.
Yes, I did get a spoiler on that.
Okay.
I'm going to show you one last book here, guys, that I got. That's a new book. Well, that's not true. I got a couple other new books before we get into the existing ones. I am not encouraging people to buy this book, and I'll tell you why. But I couldn't pass up this cover. I just couldn't. It was just too awesome. Batman versus Bigby. number 3. Look at that cover.
Hmm.
That's a pretty cool cover. That's pretty cool cover.
8 Robin.
Yeah. So Bill Willingham is basically like he's
Are you
always been
thinking
right.
of Nottingham, Ace?
Maybe.
Oh,
That sounds
Nottingham.
about
Yep,
right.
that's what it is. It was Nottingham. Yep. Now I got a couple exclusive covers coming this week, guys. From Fan Expo, we have Wonder Woman number 750. There's your Adam Hughes cover.
That's pretty.
This is the Archie Halloween
nice.
Spectacular. Again, fanexpo.com exclusive cover.
Wowza.
It's just a regular Archie book inside, but the cover is amazing. Speaking of covers, I don't even remember. We got a couple more Archie covers. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I don't read a lot of Archie comics. I read all their horror. I love that. But they've been coming out with so many cool variant covers. I just can't help myself. I never used to do this, but in the last couple of years, I've really gotten into it. This is Archie's Christmas Calamity pop art variant. How gorgeous is that?
So innocent.
So beautiful. And last but not least of my variant covers, my super special exclusives. Chilling Adventures in Sorcery number 1. There's your Venom Lethal Protectors variant.
Cool.
Just beautiful, right?
Super fun.
So cool.
Did you get the Francavilla variant? Yeah, you did.
Yes. I got all of them. I got every cover. I hunt down these variants now. I look for the store exclusives. They really have gotten interesting. You just said it, Eva. They really have gotten interesting recently. All right. How about some back issues, kids?
Back issues.
First and foremost, I'm going to show you a book here. I was showing Rob and Comics on the Mind before we started here. We got A1 from Atomic Press. Guys, I'm going to tell you all why you want this book. Take a look at this creator list on the back here. Barry Windsor Smith, Alan Moore, Gary Leach, Dave Gibbons, Ted McKeever, Brian Boland, Bill Sinkovich, Neil Gaiman, Dave McKean. Look at this. Glenn Fabry, Bob Burden, Pete Milligan. Guys, this is a veritable cornucopia of fantastic comic creators. I got this book for one thin, measly $1. It's just so pretty. Seriously, pick it up. It's got probably one of the best Superman stories ever, although they can't say he's Superman. And it's also got some original the Warp Smith story, which is the character right here, is related to Miracle Man, as well as this Bo Jeffries story from Alan Moore as well. Had to be part of my collection.
If you're missing it, you're kind of missing a major part of the frickin' Miracle Man collection.
Absolutely. Here we got Tales of Army of Darkness. This was a one-shot. I picked it up initially because of the cover, but then I actually looked, and it's got a story from Robert Kirkman. 2006 story. So this is like 3 years after Walking Dead came out. And I kept my zombie love going. Here we got Dead World number 2 from Image. This was the Desperado imprint. Desperado has since spun off. They're doing their own thing now. They're their own publisher. They got some funky titles. If you see a Desperado book, it's worth picking up. I went to a shop that had a sale on some older back issues, and I grabbed a couple. I don't even know what issue this is. I'm not even gonna say it because you can never tell. Mighty Samson from Gold Key. He is fighting a Birdman. Beautiful Birdman. There we go. Dr. Spectre presents Spine-Tingling Tales. I believe that's issue number 40 or 42. Here we have Mars Patrol Total War number 3. Archie fighting the Predator. There's 2 volumes of that. They're both fantastic. In the second one, Betty and Veronica finally admit their true feelings for each other. This book right here, 1966, I believe. You can see it's still the oversized. It's a 12 center. This book has art from the incredible Wally Wood.
Oh, wow, fun.
Wally Wood he was a co-creator on this. They don't really give him credit, but he created this before he worked on Thunder Agents.
Oh.
And, there's a lot of concepts here you see that very easily translate into Thunder Agents. All right. Highly recommend you pick it up, guys. It's a great. The first 3 issues, Wally Wood. After that, I don't know who the artist is, but the first 3 issues are Wally Wood. Here we have Ghostly Tales. This is issue 23 from Charlton. Can anybody guess who the artist is on this cover?
Nope.
Should be pretty easy. Look at them faces.
Oh,
Kirby? I don't know.
He might have had something to do with a guy named Spider-Man.
Steve Ditko?
Yep.
Interesting.
So Ditko did a shit ton of work for Charlton, guys, especially in their horror stuff. He also did the last 2 superhero books they ever published. They were called Static, which is it's just a weird ass character. I have them somewhere. I don't even know where the hell they are. I would pull them out and show you. But Steve Ditko did a ton of work for Charlton. Listen, I'm going to admit something here that'll probably get my comic book card revoked. I'm not a big fan of Steve Ditko. I've never really enjoyed his work.
Nope. Stop talking. Go to jail.
I know. That's what they say. I've got friends who love Steve Ditko, so I never say it. But I'm not a big fan. I'm just not a big fan.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature.
I know. I'm a bad guy. But you know what? These Charlton horror books, they're not real expensive. They're fun. You get some good art in them. The stories, they're okay. I'm picking them up because I got that book for like $2. Now here we got a book that might interest Mr. Worst. Catwoman number 50 there.
Warning. Banger alert. Holy fucking shit. Look at that fucking book. Oh my fucking God. Look at that fucking book. Oh my God. Look at that book. Jesus. Oh my God.
I like turtles.
Yeah, I'm a fan of turtles myself. Here we got Catwoman number 69. Also an Adam Hughes cover. Now listen, this is art, YouTube. It's art. Demon Slayer Prophecy number 1. This book's a real early Avatar book, like early 2000, 2001. This is primarily everything that Avatar was putting out in that period of time, and I got more to show you here in a little while. But it was all good girl, bad girl art. That was everything they were doing. But the books, they're very low print runs. They're usually black and white. They're okay. They're not the best, but there's some cool concepts that they end up using later in some really good books. So I definitely recommend, if you find them and they're inexpensive, to give them a shot. Here we have Enormous from our friends over at 215 Inc. This is a fantastic book. And look who worked on this book. Who this?
A certain Mr. Tim Daniel.
That's right. Our friend and the artist of our logo, Tim Daniel. Who, by the way, said that Vault was recently called, in a good way, the queerest comic publisher, and he couldn't agree more, but did not name drop the show. So I'll be sure to give him a hard time about that when I speak to him next. Here we got a Hanna-Barbera TV superheroes. Listen, I grabbed this because it's in relatively good shape, minus that stamp being cut out in the front cover there. Yeah. It was $1. Guys, these books are super tough to come by. So this is definitely a low grade's better than a no grade situation. But I'll be looking to replace that soon. Went down and checked out a new shop the other day, and look what I got and almost finished off. Hardware from Milestone. This is issue 21. 22. Look at these covers. Look fucking crazy, right? 23. Yeah. Look at that art. 26. 27. 29. 31. I got so many of these hardwares now. 35, right? Doesn't it, Robo? That I have 8 more hardwares until I'm done. 37. And most of them were cover price. 39. Yeah, I know, Birdman. That was cool, right, Eva? And not only did I get hardware, but I got an even more favorite title that now I only need 2 issues to finish this series.
Nice.
Icon number 8. This is icon number 13. I want you guys to look at this cover and tell me, does this character remind you of anybody?
Oh,
oh, I must have a
he's a
something in
little
my
bit
chest.
cagey.
some guy with the in a cage.
Yeah. Now, true story. The artist on this series, the artist at the end of the Power Man and Iron Fist run.
Damn.
Now you look at this and you go, how did they not get a C&D from Marvel, right? Yeah, they look similar. Yeah. Here's why they didn't get that C&D. Here in issue 30, here's the toe tag on Mr. Buck Wild.
Stop.
He did not last long. And look what it says: cancel Christmas.
No. That is so fucked.
It was, I know, man. It was kind of fucked up.
That's hilarious, dude.
But I got a big pile of these. Here's number 14. Here's number 18.
Do they have these in trades? Because you definitely have inspired me to read like the older.
Bruv, they're coming out with an omnibus.
Oh, I'm getting that shit.
It's not all of it, but the omnibus is like a good chunk of it. I pick it up. I highly recommend. I want this omnibus to sell like crazy.
Isn't it going to be like $125 though?
It's going to be pricey, but it's going to be like, dude, it's going to be like 80 comics. It's a lot of comics. It's like half of Icon, half of Hardware, half of Static, all of Blood Syndicate, all of Shadow Cabinet. Like, it's a lot, man. It's really a lot.
Yeah, I would love that to be my first omnibus, because I have none.
Icon 36. Look at that mother friggin' cover. So pretty. Icon number 37. Now, guys, you're going to look at this book, and you're going to go, why is that so important, Miracle Man?
Oh, I know.
It's Mystic number 15. Mr. Worst, you want to tell our audience at home just why this book right here is a big-time book.
Mystic number 15 would be the first appearance of Harry Potter in a comic book. It is unofficial, but it's the first Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Super unofficial.
No.
Super unofficial. First official appearance is in Live and Let Live. But the Mystic world here has a bar where it has a scene where all the magical characters in every universe show up.
No,
see who that fella is? See that guy there?
Way.
See, you got Prometheus here. You got
Is that
Scarlet Witch.
No
you got the Seven Dwarves. There's Mr. Pater. There's the Demon Etrigan.
I need this.
Yeah, here's Phantom Stranger.
This thing blew up earlier this year. It went from being like a $10 book to being $40. It's come down a bit, but Jesus.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Right. Ask me how much I got the book for.
$1.
No. I got it for cover price.
God damn it.
It was a good deal, right? First book I pulled out of the place, too. First place I put. And now I got a bunch of Savage Dragon, guys. 67.
I'm going to check right now.
68. 84 with a
This
Mad
is
Man
another
crossover.
series that I want to read, bro.
85. Third part of the Madman crossover. 88 with his version of Thor. Number 90. Number 93. Wait, I got some good covers coming. Number 94. Number 96. Wait, the good covers are coming still. Number 101. Nope, I didn't get it. Number 103. 102's got the first Invincible cameo. Number 105. I'm never going to get it. I'm going to have to write Eric Larson and beg him to reprint it. Savage Dragon 106. 107.
Good God, Planet Arizona.
Here we go. Check it out. Watch this. Here it comes. Number 188.
Oh, yummy.
And number 226.
Oh, dang.
And I'm telling you right now, I did pay that price. So I really wanted that book.
I could understand paying $25 for
Me
that. I
too.
mean, this is the
would.
guy trying to overthrow the government still at this very moment.
True. Only a few more books to go here. Pick this up at the con as well. Sunstone Volume Number 1. Stepian Sejic.
That is Ace's probably favorite comic book.
It is fantastic. Ree, also big fan of it. She said it's one of her top 10 books. She and I are going to read it together because I think it's beautiful and gorgeous. This is a queer B&D relationship. For those of you who don't know, let's wait. Let me make sure I can show this page. Let me show you something that's showable because there is some naughtiness. But look at the gorgeous art in this. It's just beautiful.
It is.
It's just beautiful.
I still have to read it.
A very positive depiction of a dom sub relationship. Really, really great book.
Really.
Now, this is from that shop. These are a couple other books I paid a couple of bucks for. Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, number 5. This is a Jim Ballant book. Jim Ballant did Catwoman in the 90s, guys. Number 2.
Jim Ballant also wishes me happy birthday for some reason, which I find very nice.
And here we have issue number 1, first print.
That's so crazy.
That's crazy to find. That was crazy to find in a shop.
How many were made?
I don't know, but it's a real low print run. He did do a second printing, and I had the second printing, but I did not have that first. I was so excited to find it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Right in the shop, the guy was like, "Oh, I got some mature titles over here," and I'm flipping through, and I'm like, "Oh, it's like Warren Ellis stuff. Like, okay, it's mature, but like not mature." And I get to all the way to the back of the box. I'm like, "Oh, fucking tarot. Let's see what we got here." A couple of Warrior Nuns. If you guys didn't watch Warrior Nun on Netflix based on this character, two of their first issues from their 98 series and the 99 series. It's okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's fun. It's a fun book. Last but not least, guys, I'm going to show you. This is an Avatar title. Really tough to come by. Started in 99. Avatar had a ton of female adventurers, not really superheroes, but adventurers. They were demons and they were investigators. And they gave them this book called Threshold, which told all different stories. And they are tough to come by. Issue 3. They ran 54 issues. Every single book has like 8 covers. Issue 12. Oh, I don't know if I can show this one. Issue 25. Definitely can't show you that cover. Issue 47. Look at that beautiful cover. Look at that gorgeous cover. Isn't that amazing? And last but not least, issue number 51.
Certainly a face.
It's certainly a face. Take that part away, and even take away the boobalist. The rest of it's very beautiful cover. I really like it. The layout's great. The colors are great.
Yeah.
Right. It's a good cover. And last but not least, this is the third to last issue. It ran 54 issues. Here we got issue 51.
The final issue.
54 is last issue. 54. So that's it, guys. That's everything I got. I did well this week, right?
Yeah, that's all you wrote.
That's it, man. Can you believe that's all I bought this week?
Yeah.
So, you got some books?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, lady!
Hey, lady.
Okay.
Wow.
I love it.
So, my comics shop did not get books.
Heartbreaker.
All right. This one I got in the mail. I got some back issue shit. Thing 36.
Oh my god.
The first appearance of is it the first?
35.
35.
So awesome.
But anyways, pick that up. Last issue of this series. Then the rest of these are what I picked up at my well, actually, JK, I got this in the mail as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Miss Marvel 31, Stephanie Hans bubblegum variant. I love it. Looks beautimous. Yeah, had to get it. And then now these are all things that I have picked up at the LCS. And Miracle Man wants you guys to know that he's pooping. So, Here's issue 324 of Fantastic Four. We can see here it's got a little Kang and a little Mantis, and apparently she must die. You know,
Could they find a more convoluted way than hanging a knife on a rope?
I mean, it's like on a pulley system. Okay, dude, you're an idiot.
Why are you giving her that much time? Just stab her.
I don't even. Is there enough like space between that for acceleration to actually cause it to penetrate? Like, have you done your math, man?
Just a scrape, maybe.
Then I picked up issue 207. Just slowly piecing together my FF. Needed that one. And then I picked up a Miss Marvel 14. It's not in the best shape, but when they have them for like $2-3, I'm gonna get it every time. I mean, it'll be a filler until later. I also picked up. I didn't have this. I need to get issues 13 and 17. Issues like 4, 9, 13. No, wait. 4, 9, 13, 17 of Defenders. I just picked this up today.
You have the 18, 17 is going to be the more.
It's going to be a tough one to find. 13 and 17 are going to be tough to find. Like ASS? Nuh-uh. So I haven't had that experience. I found that FF is some of the cheapest stuff I can find.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to be fair, my LCS has started marking some of them up to like super expensive. And it's like, well, why are you doing this to me, you assholes? But I can still find some really cheap FF. But it is true. I feel like it is going up. And then, so Rob Wurst gave me a copy of this, his older copy, and his older copy was a little beat up.
You got a better copy.
So I got a better copy today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Defenders 28, and I like it. So there you go. And that's it for me. Yeah.
Feel free to sell that issue or forward it on over to Comics on the Mind if he doesn't have it.
You can find it for pretty cheap, say after 220. Yeah, so what I'm talking about is actually pre-220. So like it used to be where I would say like the 130s through the 190s would be more like 3 or 4 to 6 or 7 a piece, and now I'm seeing they're like $9.99 to like $14.99 a piece. And
over at Phil's Comic Shop in Broward, you can get some for about between 5 to 15 a piece, depending on the condition, and that's usually between like the 130s, 140s, all the way to early 200. Well, not even early 200s, because you have the Nova Corps. But yeah, they're not that expensive. The ASMs, you're paying $15 and up no matter what in the 100s.
ASMs it is pricey. Real keys and lots of titles with minis to boot. Yeah, I mean, I really don't want to collect any more FF than like say Burn's Run, and then I don't care.
Yeah,
anyways,
it takes up a lot of room.
Not super. He did 232 to like 293.
It's worth it. I'd be wanting like the first 300.
That's a short box. A short box is 75 books.
Yeah, you could handle that, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. So should I show a couple books? Here we go.
Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV.
So these are the comics that came out. Notice that there's only 2 stacks. Usually there'd be 3 because the third stack would be independents. Our shop did not get any independent comic books this week. So I will wind up picking those up on Saturday. Meanwhile, they're pretty equal. I only got one back issue, which really wasn't that much of a back issue. So let's start with the Marvel. So here we go. We got the Bay. I hear there's like some new first appearance in this, Obsidian or something. I don't know. Haven't read that yet. This is my back issue that I picked up today. It's not quite a back issue. It came out this year, but I missed it. And every time I went to go try and get it, someone snatches it right before I can grab it. Got it today, finally. This came out today. This is the second issue of T'Challa's origin story. Newer, modern, updated origin story. This is Dark Ages 3, when the power goes out in Manhattan. This is how the heroes and villains take it. Haven't read that yet. Darkhold the Wasp. To be fair, I'm not really digging this whole Darkhold storyline, but it's an updated sort of Marvel Zombies.
Miracle Man wants everyone to know that he's done taking a shit.
Ah, congratulations. How did it come out?
There was some grunting involved.
That's fair. All right, this is a Fantastic Four. They reprint a couple issues, but they don't exactly reprint it. They redo the entire thing. It's new art and new scripts and everything to old comic books. This is something I'm looking forward to reading tonight. Maybe a little later, probably after midnight. Hey, we're probably going to have a short show tonight for once. Here we have Kang the Conqueror number 4, the regular cover. And there was a B cover that I also picked up as well because it's a nice little Ravonna Renslayer where they're trying to kill one another with some nice little portal gun technology.
Nice.
This came out last week, but I didn't pick it up because it didn't come in yet. It would have been nice if the Strange Academy came in this week because I didn't want to take it away from someone else that I care about.
Oh, shush, it's fine.
And here is the other regular covered issue 32. I haven't read that, but I probably will tonight. This I did read. I am really digging what's going on in Moon Knight right now. This is something that if you're not picking up, you should. It's one of the better Marvel titles coming out right now. Jed McKay's writing a ton of stuff for Marvel that's including this whole Infinity storyline that's going through Black Cat. So he's putting something together in the Marvel universe. I'm looking forward to see what he's building to. Here is Shang-Chi issue 6. And just saw the movie over the weekend. It's fantastic. And somebody on Twitter wound up being a transit worker from San Francisco bus system. And he broke down that entire scene of why it could happen, why it couldn't happen, what he knows, what he doesn't. And it's fucking hysterical. Movie's good. Go see it. Here is Spider-Woman issue number 17, Modern Run. I think there's a new spider person running around. I don't know. Here is Sword issue 10. I think this is either the last issue or there's 2 more left. I don't know if they're canceling or just ending, but much like Undiscovered Country, I am canceling all of my X-Men titles because I don't give a shit. I have 2 long boxes of bullshit. Most of that stuff doesn't amount to anything of importance in the X-Men storyline. Why am I going to keep it? Coming this December, I am blowing out some comic books. Which will include, oh, hey, look, more X stuff I don't give a shit about.
Why are you buying it, man? What are you doing to yourself? Take it off the list, man.
Why do I do this to myself? I'm a completist.
I understand. I understand your pain.
I'm going to be cutting out a lot of DC next year, too, because it just seems like they don't really know what they're doing. And it seems as though nothing's really coming together. Oh, hey, we got G in the house. Hey, G.
Yo.
Hey.
That Tigra cover was great. I love Tigra. I'm trying to pick up all her early issues. I'm working through it bit by bit. Buying a dozen Marvel subscriptions, probably everybody's that has lapsed. Here is the Gardener issue 1. Digging what Tynion's doing, so this is just going to connect how the Gardener is connected to Queen Ivy now that Queen Ivy is going to merge back with old Ivy. I don't know. I haven't read this issue yet. This issue just came out today, and I'm kind of realizing something. This week, DC is all about Dick.
Accurate.
By that, I mean, Dick Grayson, other things involving Dick. But hey, look, Green Lantern. I'm still buying him, even though I'm not reading him yet. I will get around to it, but there's just so much DC, so much everything. Here's another thing that I'm reading. I don't know why. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe
Justice League.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, I'm considering dropping my Justice League poll. And my Avengers poll.
Jumping everything Bendis forward on Justice League. This has been a fun series, but it's kind of unnecessary. I think I might be dropping my Detective in the new year. Batman, I'll get the first couple issues, but if it doesn't hook me like Tinian's did, dropping Batman. This I am staying on, but hey, this is the last issue to come out this year, and it'll be coming back, I believe, March next year?
Nice House on the Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here is Nightwing 86. This is a title I will be sticking with because, dude, Taylor knows how to write, and this series has been fantastic. The artwork has been great every issue. There's reasons why I'm picking it up. Now, this cover I picked up because of the Batgirls, and I'll be picking up the Batgirls number 1, probably 2 and 3, but that'll probably be it. Nubia. I'm thinking of getting rid of almost all of my Wonder Woman post New 52.
Oof.
Robins. I only picked up this cover because thirst.
So this whole series has these types of covers. There's 5 issues. The first 4 are the boys, and the 5th one is Stephanie, I believe.
I'm just getting that one cover because that's a buy and hold, because I know that somebody down the line in the future is going to go, I always wanted that thirst cover, and I'm just going to go, you know what? Here.
Yeah, I meant to grab one of those. I'm gonna have to try and head out and grab it tomorrow. I got the rest on my pull list, so hopefully I'll be getting them.
Oh, then don't bother. It's in your.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I appreciate that.
Hey, look at this cover.
That's pretty. That's pretty.
I'm not even reading this series. I just picked it up because this is a badass looking cover.
Yeah, it is. The first issue was great.
What was
the
that?
Second issue was okay. The first issue was great. Second issue was okay. Haven't read the third.
It looks pretty.
Looks pretty. Cool cover.
Here is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I have not started reading even issue number 1. All I know is that Supergirl is drunk and curses a lot. So I'm looking forward to reading it when it finishes.
That's a great cover. I love that cover.
This I did read today.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. I do have a couple problems with it, though. It's short. They have a backup story, and right when they get to the good part, it's over.
Well,
I would have liked to have seen more, but it just felt like I was reading an old Battle Chasers from the late 90s where it's, it's like 11 pages. It's over. Where's the rest of the story?
It's pretty fast.
It felt like this was that fast. It's not to say it's bad. It's just to say I wanted more of it, not some backup story.
Right.
And speaking of Wonder Woman, this is going to be going to Ace. It is Wonder Woman Evolution. So that was everything. As I said, it was going to be a very short episode today. So those were all the books that came out this week. Is there anything going on anybody's channels coming up for the rest of the week or next week? Comics on the Mind.
Not really, but you can check out the show I did with JP Budget Collect. We did a review of ongoing review of Invincible on his indie show. So
where are you at in the story now?
We just finished the Vulturite War. So the aftermath of the Vulturite War. So we're at thick Eva. Let's put it that way.
So you're past the part where Mark was assaulted. You're at the part where
he teamed up with the dinosaur dude.
Yeah, after he turned Las Vegas into glass. Ooh, what is Lady Show?
That was crazy. But at least nobody was there. Oh, what is this? Nice.
Bam.
Of the Hobgoblin.
Would that be considered a premiere? Like, I don't know, an advertisement?
1986.
Yeah, I have that issue myself.
Year before I was born. Hell yeah.
A final issue, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I already found it on eBay. I'm getting that shit.
Did
I
it
feel
pop?
so old looking at that.
Has it popped?
Has this one
Price-wise.
popped?
Yeah.
No, so 35 is hotter than this one, but I wanted to get this
Really?
one because it's a last issue and I really like
Yeah.
the cover, but I'm gonna get 35 as well.
Let me get this 35.
I need to get 35, but I just haven't yet. But it's the pricier of the two because it's a first appearance of the new Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean, lasts only for a hot minute before she winds up becoming the female thing.
It's
for a
still
while.
affordable, but I wouldn't pay more than like $15 for it.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't really used her in the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, maybe even.
I'm a She-Hulk kind of person, and I've got quite a little chunk of She-Hulk.
Me too.
What up,
Hey, Ree.
What's up, Ree?
What up, Tacoma and
I like
Spock and Spider, Air Spider?
Tacoma? What's
Arizona,
up,
that was
Tacoma?
great. There are a lot of really cool people here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, especially after Planet Arizona's been working like 30 hours straight and just working for the Postal Service. You do the work of the angels, my friend.
Yeah, you're a fucking
Appreciate you.
saint. Yeah.
Coming up to the end of the year now in December, are any of you all going to be giving your postal worker a little bonus, like a $20 bill?
I should, because she is awesome. Like
I should too. I need to do something nice for them because there's a couple of ladies there that I friggin' love, and they are so cool.
I mean, if they're not shoving that shit into your mailbox,
they're not
hey,
mean.
you earned it.
No, she makes sure like she'll knock if there's a package or ring the doorbell, and she'll make sure she gets our attention at least to let us know like we got a package out there. So she's awesome.
Yeah.
My postal service person had to deal with my crazy ass a few weeks ago when I was getting my very first order of comic skins in, and they beep, 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 beep. I'm in the middle of a deposition. I'm like, hold on, let me find a breaking point where I can go, hey, I need to run to the bathroom. Can I get a bathroom break? Okay, but they're already halfway down the block. I'm running down the block going, hey,
come back.
I need my Mylar.
Give me my shit.
Dude, you guys don't even know there's a Mylar freaking shortage or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can't order from Comic Skins right now. This is where we're trying to get all our best stuff because
No,
they
but
have
what
it.
about Amazon?
Amazon right now, it's not in stock. They're not in stock anywhere.
Dang.
So once a week, all current, well, even current, silver, golden. The only thing that Comic Skins has right now is the see-through backs, and
nobody's selling it on eBay. Nope.
Yeah, they got it on eBay, but it's marked up AF.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Gerber's cost like $50, and this
I'm not
costs
gonna pay a buck on
$16.99.
Mylar, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, this stuff looks just as good. I mean, here's an example. Of course, the first thing I'm
It's
grabbing
not
is
just as good. It is Mylar.
It is. It's the same thing.
It's just not the proprietary name Mylar. It is the same plastic.
Yeah, the only thing that I wind up having any kind of issues with some of these, and maybe you do too. So when I use the like 2 or 3 boards in these, sometimes it doesn't go all the way in. So I kind of take it on a nice flat surface and I like go tap, tap. But when I do that, it will blow out right back here.
I haven't had that issue. It looks like you donkey tap.
Yeah.
You probably smash it too hard.
Donkey tap is something different where I'm from.
That's donkey punch.
I've heard it both ways.
When I mean donkey tap, like I mean like you know how dudes do stuff like too hard, like like donkey
Yes.
donkey tap.
Yes. Hey, I just before we wrap
I'm not
tonight, I
saying
wanted to
things
show
right.
everybody a cover on
Was
an
Rob
upcoming book.
done?
I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's done.
Yeah.
He's done. But I'm going
Let's
to
see
show
what you got.
everybody. This is. I'm going to do a share screen right quick. Hold on a second. Don't show it yet. All right, go ahead and show it.
All right. Oh.
This is on your pre-order right now for previews, guys. This is from Behemoth, Pop Star Assassin. Yes, it's a gorgeous cover, beautiful woman. It is a really great series. I read the first issue the other day. It was a lot of fun. Definitely recommend it, and cool cover option coming up.
I like that cover option.
It's nice. It's nice. Behemoth is putting out some really cool, funky stuff. They were responsible for You Promised Me Darkness, which, as you all know, was one of my favorite series this year. And this is just an absolutely gorgeous cover. So I highly recommend everybody takes a look, see if you've got any interest whatsoever, and give it a pre-order.
Shout out
I
to my
think I
boy
will,
Kevin.
as long as I get my FOCs, because FOC has been really weird lately.
Yeah.
My shop has not gotten it to me. Usually they get it to me by Tuesday. Here it is Wednesday. Thursday, it's going to get a little dicey. And if it comes like Friday when I'm on Lady Fantastic show going, okay, I'm showing some comics and I might look a little anxious, but it's because I haven't gotten my final order cut off and I don't know if I'm getting my comic books anymore.
Oh, you know what? You know what else? You know what
What?
else we should really tell everybody about?
What?
You know, if we're doing the comic book journalisms.
What?
Hold on a sec. I'm going to share one more screen. Give me 1 second before you share it with everybody. But this is one that we should show folks. Go right ahead there, Mr. Worst. In previews right now, guys and girls, Saga number 55 coming back to us.
Yes, please.
And you know what? Let me just say, God damn them for giving us this cover. God damn them. Just messing with us. But it's coming back. Make sure you get it on your pull list. Pre-order it. Let's get this book off to a fantastic restart and get this story wrapped up. I don't know how many issues they got planned, but boy, I would like to not go
54.
Oh Jesus! I'd like to not go another 2 years in between issues. So make sure Fiona and Brian know we want this book.
Better question. Do you think?
You see this?
Go ahead. Oh.
You see how? Okay, if you want to try to get it down, you can do like that. But there is a top, and with the top, you can push the top down, and then it will go down. You don't have to donkey smash it.
I do, but I might wind up having a few too many boards in there.
Too many what?
Yeah,
boards.
Oh,
I
you
need this thing like
boards.
stick as a board.
Oh, that's why it splits of the boards.
The boards.
You should limit yourself.
The boards.
I keep 2 in for every regular comic. Anything that might be over about 30, 50 bucks, I'll throw in 3.
This is going in my She-Hulk section, even though it's got the Thing title.
I have that in my Thing series, and
him and She-Hulk were
Yeah, I gotta go to bed soon because I've been doing this
okay.
thing where
We're
I've been
wrapping
making
up right
myself
now. Lady,
go to
is there
sleep.
anything happen on your channel or anywhere you're appearing?
No, I don't have a life.
Neither do I. That's why we're on the YouTube.
Today I was in like my boss's office talking to him about fucking who knows what because I forget. And he was like, Caroline, you've been kicking ass the last few weeks. And he gave me a knuckle hit.
A fist bump?
And he
were
gave
you
me
like,
a fist bump.
touch me?
And I was like, kiss my ass, bitch. I know how to get data. Milking the data cow. Anyways, it doesn't really matter any one way or the other. It might make you feel good inside. Tee-hee.
That's all they want. Validation.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Just give you the smidge of validation. You don't even realize like how far it can make somebody go.
And Miracle Man said it at the beginning of the show that flattery will get you everywhere.
That's right. Clay said before the show came on, we actually went on air, everybody, just so you know, Clay said, "Oh, Miracle Man, that's a great choice there. That's my favorite series." And I was like, "You fucking suck up." But well done, because flattery will get you everywhere. Seriously, guys, though, everybody go take a look at Bloody Hell. How awesome was that book? It looks gorgeous. We got to read it. Just loved it. And unfortunately, my shop, I don't think mine came in because I didn't see it. But I only went Tuesday. I didn't go today. So we'll take a look, see if it's in there tomorrow.
It's true. Comics misexplained. He needs to stay regular.
Regular?
Listen, I didn't actually poop. It's just I have a smoke break, and I don't want to say I'm going on a smoke break, and everybody's like, he's pooping.
When you go poop, you want to know about size, width, girth,
He's taking
color,
a long
frequency.
shit. He's shitting in his lungs.
The last shit of his life?
Every shit's the last shit of your life, man. You just got to
wash them hands.
All right, I gotta go.
All right, guys, this has been another episode of Not Near Mint. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to be back next week, regular time, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Our guests are going to be Alaire and Tobin Raycott. So tune in. Otherwise, next Friday for Black Friday, we'll be appearing on Whack Comics for his Black Friday show. So check that out. Otherwise, love each other as much as you do your comics, and we'll be back in a week. So, buy a bunch of comic books because that's all that there is to do between now and Thanksgiving. And be thankful for them damn comics. Love you. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Rob Worst, Lady Fantastic, Miracle Man, Comics on the Mind, Ace, and Whack Comics back next week. New Comic Book Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Not Near Mint. And remember,